How are we all doing? It's really nice to be back. It's really nice to be back live with you guys. So I decided I'm gonna do a wee Q&A this evening. Now it's not often that I obviously do these, but it's very good, and it should be very interesting to see if I can get the chat to come up. So the internet connection is unstable. Let's see. Let's actually see if it's actually working. Oh, there's Mickey. Hey Mickey, hope you're all right. So yeah, I'm just decided to do a wee Q&A this evening, and that should be very interesting to see how many questions. Obviously, hope you guys are staying safe. Obviously, it's a bit of a bad experience we're all having to face at this moment in time with this COVID-19. Try obviously not to say it, because obviously YouTube have something going ahead, and it is one of those things that we have to obviously look ahead to. And obviously, like I said, hope everyone's staying safe. Using this new Prism Live Studio because I've never used it before, so seeing what it's like, because Streamlabs didn't work for me the last time, so I'm using this as well. So we'll see what happens with this one. So I decided to do a wee live Q&A. So get your questions in, and I will definitely answer them. So obviously, all the football is off at this moment in time, obviously due to this virus that's going through. So it's one of those things that we all have to deal with. Everyone is saying that it's going to be, football will be back between the 30th of April and June the 1st. I mean, look, I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it should be very interesting to see. But I honestly don't think it's going to be that way. There is talk that they're going to maybe do it June the 1st to June the 30th, 6-week period. I mean, would that really work? I mean, that's another thing you can say. All football is obviously postponed indefinitely in Scotland as well, and then obviously all the European leagues as well. So, but yeah, it should be very interesting to see if they do all go out. But I really don't see it. I really don't see it. Hope all are well and staying safe. Works well. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good, Mickey, because obviously I did want to obviously see what happens with this, and we shall see. So obviously, guys, get your questions in, and I'll let the chat fill up, and we shall see. What happens. But yeah, it's obviously a bit of a difficult time as we all are living in at this present moment in time. And we definitely need to have a little bit of let's have some positivity, because obviously, like I said, it is it's a weird situation we're all having to live in, and it's only going to be, so this is only going to get worse, I think, before it gets better. I think so. It's going to be interesting to see how that will affect. But obviously, if you guys have any questions, like any sort of Premier League related or Scottish related, or any questions you want to ask me, please get them in the comments in the comments, and obviously the live chat as well. So that'd be absolutely fantastic. And if you want any Liverpool related questions as well, then obviously ask me as well. But like I've said, I hope everyone is staying safe. I hope everyone is doing as they're told, as they says. This lockdown, obviously, it's going to be one of those things. Just shared stream. Oh, cheers, Mickey. Cheers. That's fantastic of you to do that. Obviously, get your question in as well, Mickey, if you have any questions as well. Hopefully the other gentleman will be joining us. But yeah, I just wanted to go live at 9 o'clock, and obviously I've had to obviously do something. I know I did a schoolboy error from me. Obviously, I didn't have any streaming settings on, so that was a good start. So obviously a wee bit later than planned, but I'm looking forward to this. Looking forward to. Hello, that United family. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, how are we doing? Hope you guys are keeping well. Obviously, I will obviously need to make you a mod, Carl, because obviously your other channel was deleted, unfortunately, by yourself. So I will definitely need to make you a mod again. So the first question is, what we all watching on TV? Netflix? Anyone got the new Disney Plus? Mainly the only thing I'm really watching on TV at this moment in time. I am a big fan of 24. I do watch that. Designated Survivor is another one to watch out for on Netflix as well. I'm not into Stranger Things, so apologies if anyone is a Stranger Things fan. I'm not a big fan of that. What other things do I watch? Very good question. To be honest, it is a very good question. I would honestly say that it will be. Do you know what? I'm actually trying to think of what I actually do watch. Because obviously Disney Plus has been my go-to for things, for sure. So, I've been watching a lot of films recently. Mainly past films as well. I've also been watching little sort of wee sort of moments from the Liverpool games as well. So yeah, should be very interesting to see, because I think, if I'm being honest, I think it is going to be an interesting way to get back into the mood of games as well. Picard on Prime, Mandalorian on Disney Plus, and Letter to a King on Netflix. Okay, well that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I've not actually seen Mandalorian, but I do obviously like Star Wars, so I need to definitely watch that. Liz is in the chat. Hi Liz, hope you're doing well, and obviously get your questions in below as well, and obviously I'll ask. But no, Netflix. I used to watch a lot on Netflix. Obviously, Designated Survivor was one of my best ones. Another one was definitely that one as well. Was definitely that. Another thing. Not sure. Not sure. I would obviously say, I think Netflix is one of those things where you can watch programs for a wee while and then you might get bored. But Disney Plus, like I love the Disney films. I love the Disney films, so I can definitely watch that as well. The Connor from the Cop Council is in. Hello, Connor. Hope you're doing well. And obviously, if you have any questions as well, get them in the live chat below as well. Obviously, just talking about Netflix. I suppose the other thing I was watching was Dark Crystal. I don't know if anyone's watched that at all. Watched the classic film. So that was very good as well. Didn't quite get into the TV series as well, but no, you can get films on Netflix as well. But yeah, I would say the only thing I really watch on Netflix is sort of Designated Survivor. So it should be very interesting how that would be. Clock Promise on NBCSN YouTube is really good. Yes, it is. It absolutely is. And do you know what? It is going to please the UEFA, because obviously there was a lot of talk that obviously Madrid fans did bring the virus over. So you can understand that. Boya's in the chat. Hello, Boya. Hope you're doing well. Dark Crystal Classic, Jim Henson. Yeah, Jim Henson. Muppets. Just anything with him. Very good from him. And I love the Muppets. I really love the Muppets. And I do like Jim Henson movies as well. Boya, I also caught your latest video, Nathan Ake to Leicester City. That would be a very good move, I think, for Leicester. I think he is capable of doing a move up the ranks for sure. I think he is a very, very good player, and I think he will only get better at a better club. I'm good. Just spent 3 hours recording. Need a break. Oh boy, oh boy. I mean, it's good. It's good that it's good that. Oh yeah, yeah. You're getting a few videos for you. So, the greatest of all time arrives. Hello, George. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. For me, season 6 of Brooklyn Nine-Nine just released on Netflix, so that's my thing right now. Animal my favourite Muppet, says Mickey Friars. Well, yeah, that's very, very good. So guys, please get your questions and I'll try and answer them as well. But yeah, like I've said, I've not been doing too much recently. I've been off. I was off work on Saturday, so managed to get a wee day off done, which is very, very good. And it is weird to not be sort of outside. It's very, very weird not to even be like even like going out for walks, etc. I've just been staying in just for this virus. So it's going to be very, very interesting. So we got a very good question here from George. Kyle, are you getting more stressed that the season will be more likely to be voided with each day that passes? I have to admit, George, it is getting me very, very worried. But I did say that there are more important things in football. A person's health is most paramount. So, in my opinion, if it does get voided, I'd be disappointed for sure. I would also be very, very upset, but I would understand it because, like I've said, there are far bigger things in football. A person's health is much, much more important. And Jurgen Klopp said it himself. A person's life is more important than football. So yeah, the more the days pass and the more this virus starts spreading, it is getting me very, very worried that it could get voided. And I would be feeling very sorry for teams like obviously Leicester City. Obviously, boys in the chat. Obviously, Leicester City are in very, very good position of third place. They'd be getting Europe. Obviously, I'd be feeling sorry for Chelsea as well. They've had a very, very good season as well. So, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how it goes. But and obviously, Manchester United, that you are probably the form team at this moment in time. Bruno Fernandes has transformed your midfield, so I reckon that he could be the one that gets you top 4. Even as a United fan, I want them to finish the season, even if it's months away. Although, as you say, health is paramount. Yeah, I mean, you Sheffield United, Arsenal, Tottenham. You're in a very, very good run of form at this moment in time. Okay, maybe not Spurs, but you've got Sheffield United, you've got Wolves, you've got Manchester United, all going for 4th place, and Chelsea were starting to drop points as well. So it'd be very, very interesting to see. But I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what they're going to do. And then, do you relegate? Obviously Norwich, Bournemouth? I just don't know. I actually said on Sophie Richards' video the other day that we've not mathematically won the league, so that doesn't mean we get the league at all. And it's going to be very, very interesting to see. But for me, you don't give the league because we're not mathematically there yet. You don't get the league. So, and you don't give relegations as well. The teams I would feel sorry for sure are definitely Leeds and West Brom, and then obviously teams like Fulham, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, Preston North End, who are in the top 6 at the moment in time in the Championship. So, obviously the playoffs would be there as well. So, be very, very interesting. let me just scroll up a wee bit. Let's have a wee look. I want UEFA Champions League football, and I think we can get it, says George. Yes, I think you can as well. I think you're definitely the form team for sure. Boy has just said, unfortunately, only about 20 minutes was for my channel, rest was for other people. Right. Liz has said, got to run, getting my husband ready for the emergency operation centre. Love to you all, even the non-reds. This means you, boy. Well, good luck, Liz, and I hope you're okay. I hope you're okay as well. What sort of activities are you getting up to in isolation? Any gardening or odd jobs around the house? I've been playing a lot of FIFA. I don't know if anyone's a good FIFA player or anything. I've started a career move with Salford City, so I'm trying to get them out of the. I'm just trying to get them of League 2 and trying to get them into League 1. So keep them progressing up. But my goodness me. You can see where it comes from. League 2, it's not the easiest of leagues to get out of, let's put it that way. Other jobs, I mean, I've been mostly doing my iPad as well. I am a big hand of word searches as well. I do like doing word searches. Gardening, not really my thing, and obviously tidying, not really my thing either. But it's one of those things for me. So I think it is something. So I've been mainly playing on my iPad and obviously playing places, but I do need to get other jobs. Oh, I've been taking Ziggy walks as well, so that's another thing as well. So yeah, it's going to be. This latest sort of 3 months is going to be interesting for sure. Right. If football does return, it'll be behind closed doors for the rest of the season, says Connor from the Cop Council. Yes, I totally agree. There's obviously a contingency plan that the Premier League have got in place that is potentially June the 1st to June the 30th, so that'll be in a 6 week period. So I don't know if that would be happy. I don't know if that would happen at all. So that would be that'd be very, very interesting to see. The Euros getting cancelled. It helps to play it out in the summer. Got a feeling all the cups will be void. Just finished the leagues all over Europe, says Mickey. Yeah, we were speaking off air about this as well. So I think that's very, very good. Boy, yes, relegate Villa. I agree. Yeah, obviously you're a Leicester City fan, so obviously you would want Villa to go down. Mowed the lawn, cleaned and moved stuff on my PlayStation and streaming, says Mickey. That's good. For me, if you get given it, it's almost an empty title without actually winning it. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that I want the season to finish. I want the season to be finished because, yeah, like you say, I don't want to. I think Craig Holden said it rightly on your channel, Boya. He doesn't want to win the league with an asterisk. You want to win the league over 38 games. I don't want people to say, oh, this is a title that you've won, but not through 38 games. So that would be something I would want to as well. Thoughts on the Jack Grealish story that came out today? I have to say, George, Jack Grealish, that story is just awful. Really, really awful. The one thing I want to say is I think there's another thing you can say is that if he has done what he's done, obviously, being drunk and obviously left his car like that, then, Aston Villa definitely need to take action. And I think it's going to be very, very interesting for sure. I don't know if it's going to be interesting at all, but does that kind of now, stop him from moving? I think Jack Grealish, he does some stupid things for sure, and that was one of them. Oh, my fiance's in the chat. Yeah, tidy and defo not your thing. Sorry, babe. Yes, you know that. You know that, babe, for sure. All sure, get more people in. Yeah, that'd be very, very good. But yes, tidying is definitely not my thing, and we obviously know from experience for that as sure. But as I was saying, George, Jack Grealish, it's a very unfortunate situation to be in. It's an unfortunate situation for him as well, because everyone was thinking he would get a move, but maybe that doesn't happen now. maybe that doesn't happen. So that's another thing you can say for sure. What do you guys think about Jack Grealish? I mean, great player. He's a good player on his day, but who would even envisage getting him now? If he does silly things like that, he leaves his car as well, which is very, very strange as well. Harry Kane as well made some interesting comments in relation to him staying at Spurs. Have you seen that? Yeah, it was something along the lines of, "I will stay at Spurs if they have the right ambition, Champions League or Europa." That doesn't really give me confidence as a Spurs fan if you see your club captain saying that. But the question I would have in this: would he want to go to Spain? No. Probably not at this moment in time because of this virus going around. Would he want to go to Italy? No, probably not. So that's another thing you can say. Jack Grealish, cracking player, but a Twazark. Nice use of word. But going back to Harry Kane, it's a very, very weird situation to be in for sure. I honestly think that if you do think that's going to be happening with Jack Grealish, I mean, there was even going to be very, very interesting to see where he was going to go this summer. I mean, there's been lots of rumours about Manchester United. There's been lots of rumours about Liverpool, which I think are absolute rubbish. I don't think Klopp would want Grealish, in all honesty. Do you think that with the virus it will have an impact on the prices players will now go for? It could be, George, yes. I could see them definitely inflating for sure. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, there's rumours of Timo Werner's available for, I think, £50 million, I think, this summer. So, his price could go up. Jadon Sancho, obviously you've got that 120, I think it's 120 million. I think his buyout clauses or something. So, again, I think that could have inflated as well. Mickey's asked a very interesting question. Do you think there will be even a transfer window given what's going on? Do you know what? I actually think if the season is cancelled, I think they will basically go around to the start of next season, everyone with the same players, and just go. Basically, I honestly think that. Kane is what? What's this? Kane very much does have glass ankles though. Every season he rolls one and is out for months. Yeah. Kane has one more on loan at Leicester than he has in his whole Spurs career. Yeah, absolutely, Boya, absolutely. Pankaj is in the chat. Hello, Pankaj. Hope you're doing well. Doug Wimwell is saying, I don't know, Pankaj. Obviously, I feel for India as well. I think you're about to be in lockdown as well. Thoughts and prayers are with everyone in India. Thoughts and prayers are with just with everyone going through this virus as well. It's a really, really horrible time we live in. Grealish has also been linked with Leicester. Would you want him though, Boya? Because obviously Maddison. There's been a lot of comparisons between Maddison and Grealish, which I think are absolutely ridiculous, to be honest, because I think they're two different players. Saw a poll on Twitter. Who do you think is better out of Prime Bale or Prime Neymar? Your thoughts on which one you think? Prime Bale or Prime Neymar? On his day, Gareth Bale can be absolutely fantastic. He showed it at Spurs. He did very well at Southampton when he was coming through. Obviously, we all remember Bale starting at left back at Tottenham, so we all remember that one as well. Neymar, he can be as good as anyone as well. But the only thing I'll say now is that Gareth Bale has proven that he can do it at Euros. Neymar has proven that he can do it at World Cup, but he hasn't won it yet. So that's one thing you can say with him. Bale can do it in Euros. And they're two good big game players, but Neymar frustrates the hell out of me. Let's just be honest. He frustrates the hell out of me. His play acting. I think he's been booked for his antics. Showboating as well. that's something you obviously like from Brazilian players, but that's one thing you can say for sure. Excuse me. LCFC, no chance. Yeah, it is, and it is really horrible situation the world is in. Yeah, it is absolutely pancake. United bound. I think United bound for Grealish. I think Bale. Well, like I said, Gareth Bale has actually. Here's a question for you: has Neymar performed in a Champions League final? Because Bale single-handedly won that Champions League final against Liverpool in 2017 in Kiev, for sure. He was absolutely unplayable that day. So, 2018, sorry. It was 2017-2018 season, so we can obviously say that as well. So, Bruno and Maddison play the same position. Yes, they do. I think Fernandes has been very, very good since he's came in. Maddison is very, very good as well. Manchester United fan, of course, but that's another thing you can say as well. Big game player and can carry a team by himself, as he proved at Spurs. Yeah, I think so. I think it's another thing you can say for Bale is that he's going to be very, very. He will go for sure this season. I don't think Zidane fancies him, and I don't think he fancies staying in Madrid for sure. And obviously he turned down China as well, which is quite interesting. Just like Haaland. Yeah, obviously I think obviously Haaland hasn't done Euros yet, so I think that will probably happen. And scored a decisive goal versus Atletico to get La Decima in 2014. Yes, I think everyone remembers that as well. I think that was a very, very good moment for him. I think that's another thing you can say for Gareth Bale is that he's been excellent since he joined Madrid. He won them the Champions League single-handedly against Liverpool, like I've said, and he has been injured a wee bit, but I do feel sorry for the way he is treated in Wales, in Madrid. Sorry, I do feel sorry he has been treated. I would love Grealish 100%. He can play further forward than Maddison. You're looking like a good team then that next season if you do get Grealish. To be honest, I think the comparisons between him and Maddison are really unfair, Boya. I don't know what your thoughts are. And obviously, obviously Grealish, Manchester United. I mean, he would improve Manchester United for sure. So that's another thing you can say. Neymar's also been injured for even more games than Bale. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean Neymar is always seems to be injured by this time anyway, because of a certain birthday. So yeah, I can understand that. Who do you think is better, Grealish or Maddison? Your thoughts as well, Boya, as a Leicester fan. I only think that's a really hard one because they're both good players. They're both really good players, and like I said, they are different players for sure. I do think Maddison is better because I think he is a very, very good player. He's proven that he can do it in the Premier League. Grealish, he was coming through in 2015, and that's another thing you can say. He was coming through in 2015. So, and then Villa obviously went down last season, so he's not really had time to. And I don't think we've seen the best of Grealish yet, and I think we might still need to see that. So I think if he was to move on in the summer, then I think there would be something that you would see for sure. But be interesting to see for sure. Anyone think it took long to cancel the Olympics? Mickey, I honestly think that if you see big sporting events getting cancelled left, right, and centre, then I think you would probably say that the Olympics has taken forever to be cancelled. There's no doubt about it because I think that is definitely something that it should have been done. It should have been cancelled a long time ago. Really should. George Kyle, find the comparison very strange. They're very different players. Yeah, I've said that, Boya. Both different players, yeah. Maddison is a Coventry fan. Bale to play back up to Albrighton. Bale to play back up to Albrighton. I don't think that's a sentence you would ever see for sure. Important for United to note that Grealish would be cheaper, says George Kyle. Yes, I think Maddison. I mean, this is the market for sure. Inflation market. Our media does overprice English players. You can see it, but I think if Aston Villa went down, I think Grealish would be available for maybe 10, 20 million, maybe even 30. Maybe I do think he would be interesting for sure. George Kyle, any signings you would want for Liverpool this summer? Right. First of all, I would love to see Timo Werner. I think Liverpool are dying for another striker. I think Origi has been very, very good. However, I think it is time to see a big change. I think Origi has been absolutely fantastic, but I do think it's coming to an end, and I think that's another one you would have to say for sure. Origi definitely is coming to an end for his Liverpool career, I think, as well. But he has been so important for scoring goals. But whenever he started, he hasn't looked a great player. Oh, okay, obviously the Barcelona game was an exception, but he was absolutely fantastic against Barcelona. Other signings, I would think a goalkeeper be on the cards this summer, because I think Adrian will probably go in this. I think he'll probably go back to Betis. There's been a lot of rumours about him. I think Kelleher will go out on loan. I think Lonergan might actually retire and go into the backroom staff, so I could see that as well. But apart from that, I'd love to see Kai Havertz as well. But are Liverpool going to pay that amount of money for a player? Werner, I think that's probably almost going to be a done deal for sure. So I think that's another thing you could say for sure. Not seen much of Minamino yet. To be honest, George, Minamino was probably signed as a player for us, obviously, next season, I would say. So that's another thing you could say for sure. Origi's a scorer of important goals, yeah. He's been absolutely fantastic, Origi, but I just think his time is coming to an end. Grealish is being forced to play as left wing at Villa, which doesn't suit him, in my opinion. Yeah, boy, I think he's more of a central player, to be honest. All this going out on the wing, it just doesn't work for me. Here's a good question from Connor from the Cult Council. Who would be in your team of the season for outside the top 6? Oof. Whoa. That's a good question. Right. Okay. So, outside the top 6. So are we talking like the actual top 6, like your Liverpools, your Manchester Uniteds, your Manchester Cities, your Chelseas, your Arsenals, your Tottenham? I'm guessing we're talking about that, right? So, in goal, I'd have Dean Henderson. I think Henderson was absolutely fantastic this season. I think he's only going to get better, for sure. And I think he will probably be the England number 1 for the Euros. I think right back, Ricardo Pereira. I think Pereira has been absolutely fantastic. I think outside the top 6 for sure. I think Pereira has been absolutely fantastic. And to be honest, Pereira has been really, really good. So I would play him. Centre backs, Syuncu as well for Leicester City. I hope I've pronounced that right, Boya. If I haven't, then please crucify me. Syuncu, I think he's been absolutely fantastic as well. Ooh. You have to have a Sheffield United defender in there, don't you? I would probably go for Basham. Is it Basham? Basham for Sheffield United? Go for Basham. Left back's a hard one, but I would go for Enda Stevens, who I think has been fantastic, really. I think he's been very, very good. So I would obviously say Syuncu. Thank you. Egan, yeah, good shout, Boya. But left back, I'm going to go for Enda Stevens. So we've got Dean Henderson, Ricardo Pereira, Kagler Seun Chu. There we go. Chris Basham and Bill Chilwell. So midfield. Good question. Good question. Good question. Let me know what you guys think. I've done a goalkeeper and I've done a back four. So I suppose Adama Traore should be in there. Really, one of the most improved players this season for sure. Then I'd probably have John Lundstrom, who I think has been absolutely fantastic for Sheffield United. Wolves, I have to put Ruben Neves in there because I think undoubtedly he's been fantastic for sure. Left midfield, it's really tricky, really tricky. Are you doing this outside of the traditional big six? Yeah, I was planning to do that anyway. So I think it would be very unfair if I didn't do that for for that. Just going to back up to the comments. I really rate Adrian and think he should be starting more for you guys. Okay, George, okay. Enough of the joking, thank you. Adrian deserves extension, in my opinion. To be fair, Boya, he has been very good since he's came in. Yes, a couple of mistakes, but every goalkeeper makes some mistakes as well. Financial factors will come into play due to clubs not getting any revenue, says Mickey Friars. Aubameyang, Terrera, Saka, Lo Celso. Well, there's another one. Henderson should come back for David De Gea. Yeah, David De Gea. So I've said that. Johnny Otto, left back from Wolves. Grealish has to be in there. He's probably been their best player. Actually, another player I was going to put in there, but he's been injured a lot. John McGinn. I think John McGinn has been very good for Villa. Obviously Scottish midfielder as well. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. So obviously I've got Henderson, Pereira, Basham, Seun Chu, Enda Stevens, and then I've got Adama Traore, Lundstrom. I tell you who's been very good. Milivojevic comes up with really important goals, penalty kick taker for sure. Indeed, he has to be. Okay, so yeah, I would agree with that. Danny Ings would be my main striker, says the Cop Council. Yes, Danny Ings, fantastic. Todd Cantwell has also been. I'm not thinking of Todd Cantwell actually. Yeah, Cantwell, Pookie, Danny Ings. It's really difficult, and Boya's obviously put Ndidi in there. Very good for sure. I'm not putting any West Ham players in there because I don't think West Ham have had a very good season. I'm not putting any Bournemouth players, although the only Bournemouth player I think I would put in there would probably be Harry Wilson, who, okay, he's not been as prolific as Danny Ings has been, but since he's been at Bournemouth, he's played very well, and will probably be a target for many Premier League clubs, I would say, for sure. Top scorer in the league should be for me. Oh, that would be very funny for sure. Wilfred Zaha. Does Zaha get into a team of the season? I mean, I don't think he's been prolific enough, and spat his toys out the pram when he didn't get his move in last summer. So that's another thing you could say. Good grief! You guys really got my thinking brain on tonight for this team of the season outside the top six for sure. Zaha being injured for a long period, yeah. That's my argument, Boya. I think that he has been injured a lot. So I really want Partey at United along with Grealish and Sancho. Well, I read somewhere that Dortmund are not going to step in the way of Sancho leaving this summer. So I think he's on his way for sure. Partey was fantastic. He was absolutely fantastic against Liverpool. He was very good as well. I suppose you could say the other thing that you could Actually, another thing I could definitely say this is that. What is my brother sending me? Sorry, I'm just checking something anyway. Be interesting to see, but for me, I think that I honestly think a team of the season is really hard to do at this moment in time, because there's been so many good performances for sure, and I think you've got to have Dean Henderson in goal for sure, because let's put it that way, anyone is better than Jordan. He's only got little arms. Pickford, I think anyone's better than him at the moment. Hard to get in this team though. I think you're a better team with Ndidi in it without it, because I think without it, I think you have struggled recently, Boya. Harvey Barnes, I think he's been very, very good. He's actually got a few good goals this season as well, I think. He's great at taking players on and covering ground as well as defensive work. Well, that's what Spurs brought Ndombele for, and look at what his flop. Look at what he's done. He's probably up there with flop of the season. For me, the flop of the season has to be Joe Linton at Newcastle. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me. I could have said Nicolas Pepe. But I think Pepe is only going to get better. By this time next year, we'll be interested to see who gets in what is now Euro 2021 for England. Well, I think the goalkeepers are likely to be Henderson, Pope and Pickford. Then your sort of right backs would be... Did anyone see this? Check ESPN out, because they're saying that Kyle Walker would start ahead of Trent Alexander-Arnold and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. ESPN for you. There we go. I think that's enough to say about that. ESPN are just talking rubbish again, as usual. So that's another thing. Ndombele, when Carragher showed his footage, was hilarious. Yeah, it was like he was walking, wasn't it? It was no sprints, nothing he could do. No sprints. Didn't really do anything either. So, not very good player for sure. A lot can change in a year. Yes, it can. But I mean, it all depends on if Henderson goes back to Manchester United. It all depends if Henderson goes back to Sheffield United. That's another thing you could say. Trent Wan-Bissaka, yeah. There's definitely no qualms about that one whatsoever. So I don't see where they were coming from with Kyle Walker, for sure. Left backs, that's really, really tricky. I suppose Luke Shaw's been very, very good. Chilwell as well. Let England play Walker and Stones over Trent and Gomez helps us a lot with no injuries. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Connor. I mean, John Stones has been very, very poor this season. We've already seen how poor he's been. Yeah, very, very good as well. Who would be your prediction for winning Euro 2021, says George. He's saying Portugal. Interesting. There are a lot of good teams. I'll tell you who's a real dark horse for the competition. Italy. I would say Italy are a dark horse for the competition. I think they've been very, very good. Don't get me wrong. I think Portugal are definitely coming along now as a real good team to win that competition. Because I think it's probably going to be one of Ronaldo's last sort of international competitions. So that's another thing you could say for sure. I think honestly, obviously France will be Portugal will be obviously they'll obviously be the holders for them. I think this Portugal team is probably better than the Portugal team that won it the last time. But who knows? But if I had to say, I'm actually going to go for Italy. I'm going to go for Italy to win it. Don't know why, but I just think there are players in the Italian team that are coming along really, really nicely. Donnarumma, very, very good goalkeeper. He's only going to go and get better. You know, Immobile seems to be scoring goals at the moment as well. They've got a good side. So Italy, Germany, no one's mentioned Spain. I mean, Spain have been very, very good as well. So, that'd be interesting for me. For me, the worst. For me, the worst thing Henderson could do for his career is to go and sit on the Manchester United bench. Yes, I do think he's capable of challenging David De Gea. But obviously, if Dean Henderson was to go back, then I think that would spell the end for Romero for sure. Because I think that would be a shame, because I think Romero, in my opinion, he's probably the best backup goalkeeper in the Premier League, probably even the world. I mean, Romero, the amount of clean sheets that Romero keeps for Manchester United, whenever he's been in goal, has been absolutely extraordinary as well. Brandon Williams coming through as well for the Euros, possibly by next year. Another good player. Williams has been very, very good. He's only going to get better. So that's another one you could say. Connor says, Holland for me could go far in the tournament. Well, that'd be very, very interesting as well. I will remember everyone's predictions next year. That'd be good, George. Spain always worry me about how much they bottled the World Cup 2018. Yeah, that was a tournament that was really, really disappointing for sure. 100% Romero is amazing. Yeah, he is probably the best backup goalkeeper in the Premier League, like I've said. It's coming home. Vardy at 35 to go and get the Golden Boot. Well, if Southgate can persuade him out of international retirement, then, you know, that's another thing you could say. But I don't know. I don't know if Southgate could go out and get him, persuade him to get out of international retirement. Who thinks? Who really thinks that he could get Vardy? Who really thinks he could get Vardy out? That'd be very interesting. Okay, guys, I'm going to go for another 10 minutes and then I'll be out of here. So get your questions in as well. My career mode tomorrow is 43 minutes. Oh, yikes. Oh dear. Oh dear. That is a bit of a long one for sure. Boy, a best English striker in the generation coming through, and his name is Mason Greenwood. I have to admit, George Kell, every time I've seen Greenwood score, that boy's got a wand of a left foot. Reminds me a lot of Robin Van Persie a little bit. Just the way he basically scores goals. His left foot is really, really good. He's been absolutely fantastic. I mean, I don't like the comparison between him and Martinelli either. Martinelli's a fantastic player for Arsenal, and he's only going to get better as well. So I hate the comparison between those two, because, you know, Martinelli is Brazilian, Greenwood is English. Greenwood has been absolutely fantastic for United this year, and double figures. You know, he's been very, very good. He has been very, very good, and you know, he scored a couple of goals in the first team as well. So obviously the Premier League as well. So he's only going to get better. He's only young as well. So that's another thing. Vardy is a stubborn bastard. I doubt it. Well, I don't see that. I don't see him going to the Euros. Greenwood looks good. Greenwood is also very clinical, which is what England have been missing. Yeah, someone who can put the ball in the back of the net for sure. So yeah, that'll be very, very interesting as well. So it'll be interesting to see if Greenwood does make it, but Greenwood are doing absolutely fantastic, and you know, if he can have a good season next season, then I think he could be okay. One question I'll ask you, George: Pogba, do you want him to stay or do you want him to go? Because for me, he's a troublemaker and he's a bad egg of a really bad bunch. Connor's asked, who do we see challenging us the most next season? Manchester City, for sure. I actually think Manchester United will definitely challenge us. I'm not sure if Ole will be at the club. Remains to be seen. But then again, this virus may have saved his job, in all honesty. I do think Manchester United are definitely coming through. Bruno Fernandes has definitely transformed that midfield. You know, they're scoring goals, they're keeping clean sheets as well. They're on a roll. And I think this virus took their time out really, really badly as well. I think also you'd have to say that if you would say that, I think that, do we see a challenge from Arsenal? No, I don't think so. Chelsea need players for sure. They definitely need players. Leicester City, yes. Leicester City, I think if they keep the bulk of their squad, I think they could easily challenge for sure. So I'll say Manchester City, Manchester United, Leicester City. That'd be my three for sure. Someone coming through at Leicester is Dewsbury Hall. He's one to watch, tearing it up on loan this year. Well, he's been very, very good, hasn't he? So, yeah, be very, very interesting for sure. I'm going to be very interested to see if he can actually make the mark for sure. I'm looking forward to him actually doing that, and we shall see. 100% stay. I feel like the media coverage is deliberately negative and agenda driven. Look how Souness acts about him, for example. Pogba is world class, and with Bruno we can see some great stuff. Honestly, George, Graham Souness against Paul Pogba is really, really starting to just get on my nerves. The amount of times I've seen him just get bait, honestly, it's really annoying. Really, really annoying. And I really don't like it. I really do not like it. So that's another thing for me, is that this agenda against Pogba is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So that's another thing you could say. I think for us next year, need to try finish top 6 again is the main thing. To be honest, you've got what it takes to be in a Champions League space. I think that's probably your ambition next season as well. Pretty sure he's been talking about him even in this break. Yes, he has. I will go to a tweet I saw earlier. He's actually trending on Twitter, so I will give the actual things because I did see something about him. Because he did say something about. Oh, here we go. Right. So, this is what he has had to say. The world is in complete panic mode. You're not allowed to leave your house unless it's for essential needs. We're now on day 17. I think I know football, yet Graham Souness is still talking about Paul Pogba. This man needs help. Well, that's what someone has said. So, this is what. No, that's not what. No. I'm not saying that. Graham Souness goes on Paul Pogba yet again, right? Here's some of the things that he has said, right? So, okay. So, let's have a wee look. Much has been made. Well, Scotsman, he replied, Pogba's absolutely everything to be a top player. Great athleticism, super technique, but his attitude to the game is the polar opposite of mine. Interesting. He goes out with one thought in his mind. I'm going to show everyone how clever I am today and be the star of the show. My attitude, the way I was taught, was go out and work harder than the guy you are in against and see what that takes you. He'd be an absolute doddle to play against. Paul Pogba, I see him dancing at a wedding, I see him shooting hoops, and just as cynic in me feels he doesn't want to be at United. He doesn't want to play for United. How can you not want to play for Man United if that is the case? So, he's obviously having this say. So, that's another thing you could say. Boy, Leicester need to keep their squad together. They keep having to rebuild after their best players get taken by bigger clubs. Yeah. It's embarrassing. Do you remember Souness ripping Vardy for staying at Leicester, not moving to Chelsea or Arsenal? Graham Souness sounds like a sad old man, doesn't he? He's 66-year-old and he's having goals at Paul Pogba when there's quite clearly there's an agenda there. Quite clearly there's an agenda against Paul Pogba for sure. Quite clearly. So that's one thing you could say for sure. Kante, Mahrez and Maguire, for example. Yeah. George, to be fair, only lost 2 players that have really been our top players in Mahrez and Kante. Yeah. that's one thing. Souness, laugh. to be honest, I'm getting fed up of him. I am getting fed up of him. And do you know what? He's only going to get worse. Only going to get worse. Don't really see losing Maguire as a negative. He didn't want to be here. Was very average for the last season at Leicester, to be honest. Boy, Akanji that season you won the league was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, he was. He was indeed. Right, I'm going to be on here for another 3 minutes, and then that'll be me. So if you've got any more questions, then get them in below. But like I said, Graham Souness is... It's just getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. This agenda against him is absolutely ridiculous. So that's another thing you could say for sure. But yes, Kante was immense that season for Leicester City. He was absolutely fantastic. And him and Drinkwater in the middle of the park as well was very, very good. And look where Drinkwater's ended up this season. So so that's another thing you could say for sure. So that is very, very interesting for sure. Maguire already had his slab out the door. Yeah. I wanted Leicester City to win the league that season, like most fans of other clubs, and he was absolutely the rock of that win. Yeah. I think everyone wanted Leicester City to win that league this season, that season, because it was between Leicester and Spurs. And what happened on the final day? Spurs lost 5-1 to Newcastle. Arsenal went and won, I think it was 3-1 against Everton. They managed to finish second in a two. Tottenham Hotspur came third in a 2-horse race. So there we go. There we go as well. It was like he would teleport to win the ball back. Yeah, he was absolutely fantastic, and he'll only get better at Chelsea. I think he's been injured as well for sure. So that's another thing. Right, guys. That is it. That is my Q&A done and dusted. Thank you very much to everyone who's tuned in. If you do, before you leave this video, please smash a like. That would be absolutely fantastic. Also, thank you to the 232 of you who have subscribed to this channel so far. It's very, very nice. Obviously, not having much to stream lately has been really, really disappointing. But it's very, very good to be getting new subscribers every day. But yeah, if you're new around here, then please hit that subscribe button. That'd be absolutely fantastic as well. Smash a like on this video as well. But thank you very much to everyone who has tuned in. And I shall see you all very, very soon. Stay safe. I know this lockdown will not be forever, but please stay safe. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very hard period for us all, but it will only get better. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Please take care. Please stay safe. Please stay indoors. Save lives. That'd be absolutely fantastic. And I'll see you all later on. Thank you, everyone. Good night.